This video is sponsored by Skillshare. Hello everyone and welcome to another YouTube video. In this video, I will be talking about some art tips that I have for beginners, intermediate artists, or just anyone who's looking for some more tips on how to create art. You don't have to follow these tips in any particular order, but for the sake of the video, I have numbered them, so I hope you enjoy. In the background of the video, I have some speed paints playing. I recently wanted to try out some new art programs, so I hope you enjoy my new process. Okay, art tip number 1. It's okay not to know. No matter where you are in your art journey, it's okay for you not to know every single thing about how you create art or what you need to create art. Art is a skill, and skills require the individual to slowly develop and build over time. It is all the knowledge you have curated in your journey as an artist. Art is not easy, and art doesn't come easy to a lot of people. Art takes time, and it's okay if it takes you longer to understand the fundamentals or color theory. As long as you're having fun with your art, that's all that really matters. Art tip number 2. Familiarize yourself with your programs. Now, I'm not saying that you have to know every single thing about your art programs or your tools or whatever it is that you're using to create art. I'm just saying that you need to learn the basics of what your art program does and what it cannot do. For example, how many of you know what this is? Or this? Or this? Okay, now how many of you know that they all mean the same thing? It actually took me a long time to realize that they all meant the same thing and what they actually did. And now I use them all the time. Understanding your art program is the first step to actually making art easy and faster when you create art. So take some time to get yourself familiar with your art program or whatever it is that you may be using so that you can use it to the best of your abilities. Believe me when I say it'll make a ton of difference in your work. You know what I could have benefited a lot from when I was younger? A website that had tons of different resources specifically curated for my creative journey so I wouldn't have to learn things the hard way. Whole lessons laid out for me in easy to follow steps. A website like the sponsor of our video, Skillshare. Skillshare is the largest online community for creatives. No matter if you're a beginner looking for a new hobby or a professional looking for more tips on how to run your business, Skillshare has the videos for you. Something I really admire about Skillshare and its classes is you don't have to take them alone. If you're ever lost during a lesson or just need a little bit more help, Skillshare has made it easy and simple to connect with your teacher or the students also taking the class with you. While browsing through Skillshare, I couldn't believe it when I saw this.
Hi, I'm Gabriel Piccolo.
Gabriel Piccolo, one of my favorite artists, has a class on Skillshare. I flipped. An opportunity to take lessons from Gabriel Piccolo himself. I could not believe it. I cannot wait to start this course. Skillshare also gives you the opportunity to take multiple classes at once, which is amazing. Also, another pro in my book is you can change the speed of the video that you're watching manually, so that's pretty cool. So, if you've ever been interested in starting Skillshare and having unlimited access to videos on photography, graphic design, music, cooking, business, marketing, no matter what you're looking for, if you want to start, check out the link in my description. The first 500 people to use my link will get access to Skillshare's best offer, 30 days free and 40% off your first year of Skillshare membership. Thank you so much, Skillshare, for sponsoring this video. Now back to the art tips. Art tip number 3. Your art progress is your own. If it doesn't work for you, don't do it. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't listen to great advice given to you by actual professionals or tutorials you see, but sometimes some tutorials and some advice just isn't meant for you. A lot of people are trying to do their own thing, and I think people should embrace that some more. So if you don't like a particular tip that you received or a tutorial you liked or didn't like, it's all up to you to decide what you want to do with your own art. For example, I thought the only way to do digital art was to make line art, and I discovered really quickly I did not like doing line art. So I dropped it completely after I realized I didn't have to do it.
Art is all about embracing your own creativity and making your own creative path. You don't have to follow every single thing that's out there. Your art is what you make it. You decide what goes and what doesn't. Art is meant for you to enjoy, and if you're not enjoying it, why do it in the first place? Art tip number 4, ingest art wherever you can. By this, I mean you should curate your page or wherever you ingest art exactly to how you want it to be. Follow pages, follow creators who create the art that you are looking to see and looking to create yourself. Getting inspiration and motivation from other creators is a great way for you to improve in your own art and to make great art. Obviously, I'm not saying that you should directly imitate other artists. Do not copy one-to-one what other people are creating. Create your own pieces based off of the art that you enjoy seeing. For example, I love all kinds of art, but I specialize in storytelling and comic work, so I try to follow more pages that feature more work like this, such as behind the scenes or sneak peeks, tips, advice. I follow other successful webcomic creators or just storytellers in order to help improve my own works. So follow whoever you want, but a little piece of advice: be more mindful of who you are following and why you're following them. Analyze art and ingest more art. My last and possibly most important tip is don't do art. Okay, that sounds strange considering I made this whole video, but hear me out. You do not have to be creating art 24/7, all hours of the day, all hours of the night. I know notoriously artists are night owls and workaholics, but please, the best way to improve your work and to see your motivation grow is to allow yourself breaks between your work. Actual breaks, time off, no art, no nothing. Do not create art just to create art. That's how you lose interest. That's how you lose love for art. I've experienced something like this multiple times in my art career where I've just lost the passion to create art because I was creating so much of it. It's good to want to improve and it's good to want to work, but if your body doesn't get enough rest between work, you're not going to see any progress. Your eyes need to rest, your bodies need to rest in order to make the art that you want to make. So if you're taking anything from this video, please take a break. It's okay. You won't lose anything. If anything, you'll continue to grow with healthy, good breaks in between creating art. So that's all the tips that I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you ended up watching for this long, I hope you learned something. I hope you can take these tips with you. And if you have any tips for me, let me know. And a huge thank you to my Ko-fi members for helping support me through my sickness. I was sick all this week and recording this video was a little difficult because of it, but we finally made it and I'm happy to say that I'm feeling a lot better now. So thank you so much everyone for waiting and I hope you enjoyed. Have a good one.